What's up, guys? It's Brandon.
I'm Lucas.
Jesse.
I'm Dad. So we're going to listen to our song, Days to Remember, and see if it jogs any memories of our writing and creating it. I'm sure we'll remember a few things. It wasn't that long ago. Mm-hmm. So let's check it out. That guitar riff he came up with. Lucas came up with that.
Also, not a real acoustic guitar. That's me hitting a button.
Oh yeah, so explain that.
That acoustic guitar strut is just me hitting a button on a keyboard.
When I was talking about how many times it took me to sing that line.
Oh gosh.
Oh my God.
He couldn't. Yeah. I had the first two lines I think were mine. And I had this idea for the cadence to sort of be like a more staccato thing just to fit it, but to fit it in a way that felt good as opposed to feeling rushed. And there's this little beat between the picture perfect couldn't get better. There's like you kind of rush the couldn't, and man.
It was the most difficult line for me to get right in my entire life.
He kept going, picture perfect, couldn't get better, and just rushing.
He just kept rushing it so much.
And I couldn't feel the meter of it.
Yeah.
I could not. And then I'd sing it a cappella. I'd sing it without the track.
At one point, all of us were singing it to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now it's very tricky. By the way, I should point out that I think we all people write songs differently. We all write songs separately, individually. One thing I think we all have in common is we tend to write music first, and then we write lyrics to the melodies that we create.
Yeah.
So we collectively came up with the verse, which was like. Now that could be changed with different words to have different syllables. So Jesse came up with picture perfect, couldn't get better in my head. And when I say it like picture perfect, couldn't get better in my head, no problem. And I swear to God, I'd be like, picture perfect, couldn't get better in my head. So let's go back actually and listen to how that's correctly sung.
Sunday morning breakfast laying in our bed. Picture perfect, couldn't get better in my head. Waves of Malibu washing over you and me.
What I love about that, the waves of Malibu are washing over you. I love those inner rhymes.
Yeah.
Ain't no place in the world I'd rather be.
No pre-chorus, just right to it. Oh yeah, okay, so the original, I think what we first wrote was, these are the moments to hold the closest. These are the nights we must hold tight and never let go. And I'm looking at them, when you see it written out, I'm like,
Too many holds.
Too many holds. To hold the closest, must hold. So we then spent 20 minutes trying to come up with another word. These are the nights we must blank tight and never let go. You want to say hold, but we just said hold. So then I think it was you who said keep tight.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, that's kind of cool. It's like, it's different. I wouldn't normally say that, but it sings good. Mm-hmm. And you get it.
Right.
And I think we have video actually of him going, nobody says that. What does that even mean? Keep tight. He said, I don't get that.
Do you guys remember how much he wanted Sweet Surrender so badly?
Oh,
he was obsessed with Sweet Surrender.
You were obsessed.
It literally, we could come up with 1,000 things. He'd be like, "Yeah, but Sweet Surrender. I'm really feeling Sweet Surrender."
Yeah.
Because it just sings so good. I think you guys came up with a couple of other options that were good, but it was like I'm like a dog with a bone when it comes to certain things like that.
Sad.
That's Bruce, right? Did Bruce put that in?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I didn't put that in, so
It's
he
Bruce.
must have. Yeah.
Bruce Wigner who mixed it for us.
Standing by your side, watching the sun turn red. Making memories we'll never forget.
It's a good line.
Daylights are running, but in your arms I'll stay.
Daylight's running, but in your arms I'll stay. That's good songwriting,
Killer.
if we do say so ourselves.
So lay it right here and let the hours burn away. These are the moments to hold the closest.
We got the answers now, like they're taking turns answering me.
The sweet surrender and stormy weather. These are the days to remember.
Here's that part again.
It's a good choice.
Really good.
And then a little breakdown, just dynamically.
Live our days our way with no regret. Years go by, but the best stay home.
And I love this part.
These are the moments to hold the closest.
Also, fake acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
These are the nights
And we all play acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
never let go. The sweet surrender and stormy weather. These are the days to remember.
Oh, I remember we worked on this last guitar. I wanted it note for note the way I heard it in my head. This bit.
I faked it because I played that lead part and then I just dragged the audio file down.
Yeah.
I don't know.
One thing I remember, I'm sorry, is all I remember coming in with was that I wanted it to be that sort of like, so I had this big hit on my first album in 1912 called Should've Known Better. And that groove is sort of like associated as an 80s kind of groove. Should've known better. So I said, what if we did something like that? And that's kind of how we think we launched it, right? Was just with
I
the
believe
groove.
you had the title,
And I had the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we worked around the title.
Yeah, you had the title and sort of the lyrical idea. And
What were you
then
going to say? Sorry.
No, I was going to say, it's funny because stuff like this just happens to work out in a way that is great, which is when we did like the ad-lib sections over the choruses, or the answer sections, I remember doing it in the room, and some of it's still in there, some of it came out great, but I remember some of mine, I wasn't as happy as I should have been. Like I remember that there was one that was like kind of rushed or whatever, and you called me the next day and you went, your ad-libs, like, I don't know what happened to my computer, they're gone.
Oh, that's right.
And I sort of went, now I have all the time in the world, I'm
Yeah.
home. And I can now
Yeah.
write stuff that I think sounds better, change timing. Some of the stuff that
Oh,
I
wow, I
added
don't even know
wasn't
this.
there in the room when we did it.
Yeah.
He said, you got to redo them and send them to me. And I honestly, as opposed to being like, what the fuck? Like, why didn't you have it saved?
that was the only
That-
one that I had saved.
But no, I even redid it because that never let
Right,
go.
you're
I did.
right, you're
I
right.
rushed
Yeah.
in the room. So I redid it, and then I added another one that I really love, the last chorus, that I had to do the next day because
It was
he was
just
like,
his ad-libs
what
that
happened to
got-
my, I don't know what
Yeah,
happened to
shit
the thing, but like, you got to redo it. And I went, honestly, it works for me because I make it sound
So you
good.
did it at your place?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ad-libs are hard to do in the room,
Yeah.
especially when you're just like, all right, just sing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 And that's why I think it was better because I had some in the room that were good, like the never, that whole thing, like I did in the room the day. But then the other ones, I had more time to kind of be like, okay, what is not like what you would think the answer should be? Maybe come up with something a little more creative.
Yeah.
a little
Yeah,
different.
yeah,
And
yeah.
That's when I was able to kind of be like, okay, cool.
Ad-libs have always been really, really tough for me, and I found that working with him on some of the handful of tracks we've done together, and a lot of singers, it's almost like actors who don't want a director to line read them. I'm not good at that, and I think Lucas is really good at ad-libs. So once we get to that point, I just go, just sing me what I'm supposed to sing. And he just line reads me, and I just
Yeah.
copy what he sings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a blast. That whole session was a blast.
Yeah,
It was just easy. Like I knew it would, I figured we would come up with something really good and it wouldn't be painful. But I think we wrote the song in an hour, right?
Yeah.
something like that.
I mean, we wrote the music in 45 minutes. And then we spent another hour and a half or something on the lyrics. It was like no time.
It was daytime when we started, and it was daytime when we stopped.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we didn't start before noon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, really fun.
Yeah.
Good work.
Good work, lads.
To hold the closest. These are the